Okay, we're on, sucker. Are you? Are you? Should we watch the Gen X Gamer live? Let's see. We can share the screen.
Hello, humans, and welcome to another episode of Tommy's Top 10. And that's right, and today we have a special guest. It's Finbar Sanders.
Finbar.
Here, welcome him to the show. Sir, how are you?
Close enough, Ozzy. Hi, Ozzy. How you doing?
Finbar Saunders. You know, whenever it's R and S's or L and X's, that's when my accent really comes out. So I was a driver, you know, for a long time. That's how I worked my way through college.
Hello, reptilian.
And
hello, Martians.
Thing LAX. Like I have to say it slow. I can't say it fast because you know I just think in Spanish and I speak in English. And the other one that I have problems with.
Look at that. We like the video.
Always used to have me order for him, and that's in Arnold.
Where are the subtitles?
Oh, I can't say it fast.
He said LeBron's
lemonade
name
and iced tea, right? And
did he ask for that one deliberately?
How did he pronounce LeBron's name? I didn't see the LeBron one.
And he was my ex-boss was a funny kind of racist. He used to call me refugee, and he goes, "You need to say it to me first." So he would have me, you know, he would always tip me, like give me $20 or something. But he used to mess with me all the time. I can't curse because then they block this whole thing. Well, anyways, welcome. How you been doing? Happy New Year. I hope you had a great Christmas. How are you?
I'm not too bad. Yeah, I had a good Christmas.
He said Levin.
I worked over New Year, but yeah, Christmas was great. I'll try and keep the cussing to a minimum as well. It's difficult for me. I'll do my best.
All right, no problem. You said it's overnight there where you are. Here I'm at 6:45 p.m. in Pacific Standard Time. I just want the audience to know the sacrifice you're making over there because you're at what did you tell me? 4?
I'm now at 2:45 a.m.
Man, that was when I was I would leave the bar when I was single. I would leave the bar and go to Tommy's right afterwards.
He seems like he got tired talking to Miko Hulabot.
Top 10. I think we have, because the the people are going to ask that we address.
I think in Herbie Derbies.
And let's go over the show about Amico that doesn't talk about Amico. That's amazing, isn't it?
Yeah, I see you're calling it North Korea forever as well now.
Yeah.
We're gonna pause it real quick. We can't just play it all the way through. He can't say Uyamiko like potion. It's not a Roman word. It's Greek. Is that what it is? I think in Herbie Derbies too, Evil. I also think in the Herbie Derbies, Herbie Derby.
It is North Korea forever. I mean, it's like, I think you have more freedom of speech in North Korea than you do there.
It certainly looks like it, yeah.
Yeah, well, at least in North Korea, you don't have to pay them. Yeah, they don't charge you a membership to shut you up, right? That's absolutely amazing. So, for those of you who don't know,
everybody knows.
Somebody sent me the message from the channel member that got banned. We were talking about this yesterday.
Oh, we're gonna get it. The identity.
In television, Miko _Miko. I'm sorry, in Reddit. And
no, Greek would be Miko.
Right? I posted this message. He said, "Hi, I'm commenting here.
Greek,
Miko Forever with DJC. Can you please let him know I am a channel member on his channel, but I am banned." It seems as though I was banned by his producer during Amico Forever because I asked about Amico and the lawsuit. Can you let him know so he can unban me?
But Spanish words don't have wild Y.
You can't make it up.
Taco.
You can't make it up.
Who did he send this to?
I don't. It looks like a Facebook post. I don't know where it's from. I had it sent to me. But there's, I posted it there, and that is the username, and that is insane, right? That is absolutely insane.
He may just be one of many. He's the only one that we've seen that's spoken up, but there may be others that are members. Now, you know, like Sweet and Tender Hooligan had bought $50 worth of memberships for people, so there's a good chance a few members have been. I mean, you've got to understand, they started this last week. Ozzy, this is not just this week; it's been last week as well. When since Mike Mullis has been in control of it.
Yeah, I'm telling you, King Ung Mullis, Kim Jong Mullis. North Korea forever. Oh man, that's, you know, maybe we the watch along party should be called that now. It is absolutely crazy. I mean, but it's on brand for this company, isn't it? I mean, there's you know, physical products that aren't games.
Yeah, Finbar, why are you so quiet? We're watching the stream. Finbar, do you want to get in so you can give a play-by-play? I can give you the link, and you can do a play-by-play of your own words here.
Right.
And that's
There's
the thing.
investments.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the thing. I now sort of look at the company and this podcast is one and the same. It's what it feels like, especially now that you've got John Alvarado with a spanner. So
yeah. Employees as a moderator. I mean, I don't know how your laws are, you know, overseas, you know, where you're at, but over here, the FTC has strict regulations when it comes to, you know, advertising products and disclosing relationships with companies, right? Yeah. Like I love all the consoles, but you know, I invest in all those companies. Pretty much every major video company I invest in, so I have to, you know, do a disclaimer. You know, from time to time, I share with members and I share with people because they ask me, well, what companies do you think you're good? Yada, yada, yada. Not financial advice. They're just asking me what I own, right? And I just tell them what I own. And since that's out there, right, I have to say it because somebody can go back to a video and say, hey, wait a minute. This guy's you know, he's talking about Nintendo, for example. He says he loves the new Nintendo game or the console or whatever. And this guy, you know, is pumping up the console here and he's not disclosing his relationship. They can act.
Oh, man. If he thinks that DJC and them are ever going to admit to being investors, I got some crypto to sell them. What's up, Finbar?
This is weird, man. This is like the fucking Matrix.
Hell yeah. We're going to have you giving play-by-play on your own video, your own interview.
Right. Let's how long is this? It doesn't tell you this is a premiere. It's like it's live.
Yeah.
I'm freaking out. I've never seen this happen to me before.
And you got all these people in there listening to you. You're the man of the hour, Finbar. Congratulations.
I have to leave your stream and go to that one because I need to comment in there. I'll stay here though. I mean, I'll go on my phone. I had to, the audio's so bad because I was using my phone. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I can hear you fine.
Right.
Inception, not Matrix, you mean?
Yeah. That's what I meant.
Actually do a strike on me, right? Yeah. And that's just YouTube. Forget it. The FTC is a whole different ball of wax. The FTC, the federal.
What was that?
Rad Rob. Finbar sounds Irish.
Yeah. Rad Rob, I think, is a Fish Lips alt.
Okay.
Or Tommy Tallarico alt. I'm not sure.
Don't know which one's worse.
Yeah. Man, Ozzy got a fancy setup. He went all in. Super professional.
Who?
Gen X Gamer.
He's always had it like that, hasn't he?
I don't remember him having the thing in front of the mic.
Pop filter. Is that what it's called?
Yeah. I was gonna say spit protector, but
same thing, isn't it?
It's more like Back to the Future 2, watching himself. But he's watching the past. Has this already happened?
Trade Commission. They'll strike you per violation, right? So those are like traffic tickets. But if you repeat them over and over again, they keep getting bigger. And if you don't have the money to pay them, ooh, you might be wearing a new uniform for work. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Anyway, let's talk about what made this legendary. Right? And we have to talk about the man that really was a catalyst for all this. He was a top entertainer for me during the pandemic. Let me ask you, how did
He's going to be talking about me, right? I was the top entertainer during the pandemic.
No,
No?
you're not even the top entertainer now, Tony. Come on,
Oh, okay.
not yet. Anyway,
We're getting close. We're getting close.
we're getting there.
I do find it funny though, because I've watched a couple of these interviews with Gen X, and it's just so many people like go out of the. It's like they've almost gone out of their way not to mention me, the show, when talking about the Amico. It's kind of weird.
This Tommy O mentions you, right? You mentioned
Yeah.
Tommy. Yeah.
But like I knew Carl wasn't like Carl went out of his way not to mention us.
Did I watch Carl's? I think I did watch Carl's. Yeah, I don't remember. I don't remember what was said. It's been a while.
I want to see Gen X get Pat and Ian on there. Now that'll be a get.
did you live the pandemic? And were you around for the Amico at that point, or where did you start?
So for me, it sort of came into my view when my interest in the Atari VCS was coming to an end. And I know you've got one of them, Ozzy. I know you.
Yes.
You've got one in that very room that you're sitting in, probably. But
Yes.
and that sort of led on from my interest in the Coleco Chameleon / Retro VGS. So these things all sort of fall into the same category for me because they're all consoles that carry the retro name. And they were all.
Gen X had words with Pat and Ian. Everybody had words with Pat and Ian, though. I've had words with Nick Richards, and I still had him on the show. I had words with Tommy Tallarico. I had him on the show.
When did they have words with Pat and Ian?
I think when Gen X is talking about idiots who don't know about crypto.
Oh yeah,
he's talking about that.
Yeah.
Because I think that they went on like an anti-crypto rant.
They never mentioned Ozzy though by name, did they?
No, I think it was like in the comments they had a little thing, or maybe in Twitter.
Yeah.
Rex
Viper version means you're going to hell.
A shit show, basically. But as bad as the first two were, as bad as the Chameleon was, and that was bad, and that's a whole other story that we won't get into tonight because it goes on for a long time. And I know the VCS released in the end, but it was a shadow of what it was promised to be, and it cost a fortune in the end. But both of those two are not a patch on what the Amico has become. The Amico has been so badly handled, and you couldn't, honestly, you could not try to handle it more badly than they have handled it. They've had to really go out of their way to handle it so badly. So
I'm wondering, am I going to have to clip this out when we end this stream? Should I clip this section and trim it out of the video so people who are watching for the Pumpkin Jack are going to be like, oh, well, in the middle of this Pumpkin Jack video, they just started watching some Scottish guy get interviewed by a Latino individual. Is that part of the game? What part of the game is this?
I would cut it because I don't. Is this going to flag up with the copyright as well?
No, it won't be no copyright.
Even though and it's not my channel it was on, but I give my permission for my voice to be on Tony's channel, Mr. YouTube.
No, there is a system. If you go to the YouTube studio when you become a partner, there's a section in there where it says these are all the videos that have been flagged by YouTube that might be containing your copyright.
Oh.
Do you want to do anything about it?
What do? Do you just click yes to all, delete?
I just ignore it.
Right, but some people don't, and some people go through it and go, "Yep, get that gone, get that gone."
That's where you get the strikes. The manual strikes because they're striking it themselves.
Right.
It's funny though because some of these videos that they have our content in it is actually, we uploaded like say a commercial or something when we were talking about a commercial,
Yeah.
and then they uploaded the same commercial for something else, and they're like, "Hey, they got your content in this
Okay.
video." And
Yeah,
I'm
it
like,
matches it. Yeah, okay. Got it.
I'm like, yeah, that's not really my content.
So it came into my view around, I'd say around about mid 2020, and I was watching Smash JT's videos around that time, and I remember him being hypercritical of the VCS because they ghosted him.
Yes,
after he asked-
I remember that.
he'd asked for
I
an
don't
interview.
remember I don't remember the exact video, but somehow they just, you said it right. They ghosted him, or they treated him unfriendly. At least he thought, or whatever.
Yeah, so he kind of turned on them, and I think he'd probably been critical of the Miko for a bit before, but he started speaking positively about it, and I didn't know why. I'd not discovered the reason why at that point. But Pat and Ian were also covering it, and they were starting to get quite personal, and so was Tommy Tallarico with them. So I thought, I'm going to have to go and have a look elsewhere to see what the real story is, because there's stuff going on with these two that I can't really...
What was that?
You're going to get a name drop shortly. I think a name drop you here.
Hell yeah. All the Ozzy subscribers are going to see that, hear the name drop, and be like, boom, we got to go to Tony's channel. So we're going to get huge numbers.
Yeah, all those different people that don't know you two, like they don't know you from him.
Yeah.
So
We have to play Hong Kong 94 for January? You might.
Hong Kong 95.
Any updates on when we'll get the next Amico news drop? Probably 6 days after Never.
So I'll do a YouTube search, and then I found the Geek Getaway, and they were streaming live when I found them. And these guys were speaking about it like we would speak about it, like normal people would speak about it, not people who are getting interest in it. So
I think I was trying to remember his original question here.
Yeah. Did you hear that noise though?
What noise?
You didn't hear it? Here, let me play it back.
So yeah, so I did the research for myself, and that's when I found interest in it.
I don't hear anything. What are you talking about?
So,
there was a noise. There was like a.
That's coming through now from me. That's because
I'm on the laptop. That's what I was gonna say. I wasn't sure if it was now or if it was.
You can't rewind it to hear it.
Autistic. Be nice. I'm autistic.
Is Max still? Is
yes.
Max still hammering?
It's okay though. We're having a laugh about it.
Yeah, so I did the research for myself, and that's when I fell down this deep rabbit hole, and it's been going on now. How long? What are we into now? This is the third year, really.
Yeah, I mean, because it was 2020, right? I mean, they actually announced it in 2018, right?
Yeah, well, I wasn't paying attention to it in 2018 when it was announced. I didn't see the pitch video till much later on.
Yeah, I mean, I was, when they first started talking about it, for me, it was just a guy, right? Tommy Tallarico spending his money. That's the way it was being put out there. So at that point, I didn't care. If it's your money, you want to burn it, go ahead. It's fine, right? Nobody's getting hurt. If you do it right or doing wrong, it's whatever. And I was thinking, why is this guy getting so much hate? I mean, he's just trying to make a console. It's his money, And I actually didn't turn until he started putting his hand out.
Yeah, if that was the case, that he'd just used his own money, it would have been the same as the Chameleon and the VCS. I would have just sat back with the popcorn watching the ship sink.
Someone who's more knowledgeable about audio work, is it more professional to have one ear in the headphones and one ear out, like Ozzy has it here, or is that like?
Bob would know that. He's the audio guy.
Because I'm just noticing that. I'm like, why does he got one headphone off? Does he know it?
I don't know if you wear headphones like that, Tony. Do you?
No, I don't. Yeah, I probably got the exact same headphones.
I find it really weird. I find it really horrible having them on, like if you've got a mic on it and speaking because you can't hear yourself speak. So I have to do what he's doing. So I must be turning into a boomer as well.
I can hear myself speak. I don't understand. Like the headphones are not so sucked onto my head that I can't hear my own voice.
What's a Klondike bar? Evil.
It's a little ice cream bar. It's
What would it do for one?
that's the commercial. They're supposed to be so good that they would ask people, "What would you do for a Klondike bar?"
Right.
And then they would do different things, like clap like a seal, or like I'll ride a skateboard with no hands.
I don't know any of your American adverts.
Yeah.
I
Just so
wouldn't mind an ice cream bar right now, though, if that's what you're asking.
1 inch says just so he can hear what's going on in his house and on the stream, so he can hear if the Asian princess wakes up and yells at him. You playing with that damn internet again?
Yeah.
But because he's put his hand out and the other two consoles didn't get anywhere near the funding that this one's got. If you've got $17 million of other people's money and you haven't produced anything with it, if you've produced a few demo consoles and a few boxes to put them inside, then yeah, this is when you need to speak up, because as funny as all that other stuff is, the regrettable part of it is that there are real people, old people, and people who aren't investment savvy, who have been swindled out of their money here. And when you think about that, it strips the fun away from making light of it.
Yes.
But
Why you got to go so deep? You're barely like 10 minutes into the interview.
Yeah, you always need to start with a bit of levity and then go dark, right? And then bring it back to levity.
Yeah.
Is that not what you got to do? Is that not what the pros do?
That's how the pros handle it. You know, a nice little sandwich. Keep it light, and then you go dark and light again. Leave people happy.
Absolutely. And you know what probably is even sadder than that is that the few investors that I've contacted, right, that have contacted me, number one, they don't want to speak because they're embarrassed.
Yeah.
Right. That's the minority. The other ones would do it again.
Yeah.
That's the crazy part, right? Yeah. If they put up their hands.
I feel like he needed a rim shot when he said that. They do it again.
Yeah. See, he was going quite dark, and then he brought it back to levity. So he's a pro. He's a pro.
Again, they're ready to go again. You know, screw Gen X gamer, screw everybody else. Yeah.
But these are somebody's mom, somebody's dad. You know, it could be my mom,
yes.
your mom. You know, it's just to think about that. It's not nice.
Yeah, no, it's scummy. Yeah. So let's get into it, because with all that said, I mean, it's just really not the same without Tommy, right? It's been a completely different world. I think the vacuum of Tommy not being around has really, led to a whole catalyst of, the community just falling apart, people just going nuts.
Yeah, we've been kind of turning on each other. I think the community turns on each other when they've got no central figure to attack, haven't they?
Yeah, so. I mean, you get especially if you're like a comedy drama channel or just a drama channel,
I wonder who he's talking about there.
What, comedy drama channel?
Yeah.
He's not talking about you, is he?
No.
Who do you think he's talking about?
Rhymes with Terrius Druxton.
Okay. I'd have to ask him. I don't know.
If I don't actually no Tallarico, I mean,
what's that?
I wasn't actually thinking about that at the time when he mentioned that.
Yeah, well, because
I just thought he was being general. I thought he was just meaning in general.
Oh, Darius always calls himself a comedian.
Okay. No comment.
Who do you go after? So here we go. Your top 10, right?
Yeah.
So let's start off with number 10.
I'll have to.
Gen X, they took our views. They taking our views. Do you get a drum roll at number one? Like,
no.
A cutting
I
edge
should have
comedian,
done
Scott.
that. I should have done that.
Come on, you guys got to have sound effects in there. You gotta spice it up.
He's the guy running the channel. He should be doing the sound effects.
He should be doing the spicing.
Yeah, I can't even get good audio through my mic. Never mind extra sound effects.
It's true.
I'll have to list them off because I've moved them around a little bit from the list I gave you. So
Sure.
my number 10 is he's the first American to work on a Sonic game. This one,
Wait,
I
pause
don't
it
know
a
whether
minute,
this was the H-Bomber guy that
please. 56k. What do you mean I'm the worst wingman ever? You're fucking skating on thin ice, Jen. I can tell you that right now. He's over in fucking Gen X's chat having a go at me. What did he say? Let me scroll back. Ninja Kitty number 1, Finbar error.
That he did.
Playing at me. If I didn't like you so much, you'd be so gone.
You couldn't even give Gen X that laugh track.
Yeah.
I heard that. Is your phone dying? You're not
Mine?
going to pull a
No.
Gary on me.
No, mine isn't. I'm not going to pull a Gary.
brought this to my attention.
Speaking of Gary, so are you ready to play some Magic the Gathering in Gary's stead? Since
I
he
thought I was. Hold, right, hang on. I thought I was, okay? But I was watching Bob playing it yesterday. And he's playing like against other opponents online. But he said earlier on today, I need to go through the tutorials first. How many tutorials is there? I thought there was only 5. I've done them, but is there more that I've got to go through before I can play against other people?
No, I think that's it.
Right, because I'm ready. Yeah, I mean, you're going to destroy me, but I'm as ready as I'm ever going to be.
I mean, you know the basics. Put cards down.
I cannot fucking believe Gary backed out of this.
Yeah.
And I had his back the whole way as well, because I thought he's better than you at this. I always like to, as you can tell with the way I back the right console, I like to wait to see who's winning and then jump on that team.
Yeah, that's understandable.
I thought Gary was going to win, but you're going to win by default. That's why I have to jump in for him in the vain hope that you will fuck up somewhere and I can just beat you.
It'll be an interesting game. Are we playing standard or are we playing historic or what?
I don't even know what that means, man. What does that mean?
There's different sets. See, that's what I'm talking about, like with the booster packs. So there's like 6 sets that are considered standard, and that's the current game that's being played, right? So then the other sets will be considered historic, like, oh, these are older sets, but they're not allowed under standard rules. And then there's a bunch of other sets for like alchemy and other stuff.
I don't know. I'll whatever. If you can just ease me in gently.
Yeah, no problem.
And then let me beat you. What's Tommy doing? He's banning somebody. What's going on? Oh, he's banning Rad Rob.
Yeah, Red Rob's being out of pocket. All right, let's go top 10. Finbar Saunders.
First, I don't know if I remember seeing it before that, but the fact that he says this and he says what game it is, it was Sonic and the Black Knight, and I don't remember what it was on. Was it a Wii game, a Nintendo Wii game?
Yes, I think so. Yes.
They say that he's the first American to work.
Finbar, you can't say that name.
What name?
I don't know, but he's in the Justy View says Finbar, you can't say that name.
Oh, hold on. Is he talking about Sonic?
Maybe.
Oh, Black Knight. Is that what he's saying?
Oh, okay. You're further along. We'll get to that.
Oh, fuck yeah! We're not watching it in real time, are we?
No.
Wait, why is he saying I can't say that name? Is that has she done something?
I'll explain later.
On a Sonic game and then state that the first game he worked on was a Wii game. I don't know. I know he reads that book, The Secret, and that book teaches you to believe your own BS.
Yes,
but I don't know.
He certainly did.
Yeah, but I don't know if it teaches you to also try and project that BS into other people's minds and make them believe it. But this is the kind of thing.
Actually, it does, Finbar. It does actually.
I'm probably going to have to read it. Oh no.
You have to will things into existence. You have to see it, believe it, project it.
Sound like
And
you
if
read
you
it.
doubt it, if you doubt it for a minute, then it won't happen. You have to believe it like it's real, and then you make it real.
Right. Hang on, I want to answer this.
I imagine he does. So I just envision it as a thing where he's lied so much in the past and nobody's called him out on it, either because of his, he was quite a well-known guy in the audio video game community, so people didn't really want to say anything. And I think maybe he just thought, I'm getting away with this, I'll keep trying it. And
Yeah,
sure
I
enough,
mean, we come from a, I'm saying Tallarico and I, right? We come from another time, and we come from a time, and I don't know exactly how old you are, but I grew up in a time when somebody was we used to call them, just bullshitters, right? If somebody was a bullshitter, but if they were really good, right? Everybody knew they were bullshitting, but the bullshit was so good. The stories they would tell you were so good and kind of entertaining.
Notice how good I was.
You didn't have anything to listen to. If there was no movie, there was no.
Was that?
You notice how good I've been with the cussing, and he's just constantly like a sailor. From the very beginning. This is his channel. He's going to get it demonetized, and it's his fault. He can't blame me. I don't think I ever swear. I might let one slip out.
Yeah.
He said fuck, and he said bullshit about 5 times there in one sentence.
Well, I'm glad I haven't swore at all on this stream, and then you just came in.
You cut this out though, right? You cut this part out.
I'm going to cut this out. Yeah. But still, up until I cut it out, YouTube could demonetize us.
Right. Well, we'll make sure we cut it out. Can you clip it out? Can you clip it out and let me upload this part to my channel?
Yeah, I can do that.
Right, okay. So it's not lost time forever, because this is quite good. I've never been inside the Inception. Yeah, this is the first time there.
Well, you could upload this to your channel of you reacting to me and you
That's
reacting
to
you and Ozzy doing an interview.
That's what I'm going to do. So I'll be reacting to the video of us reacting to the video of me with Gen X, and then we'll do another one where we're reacting to the video where I'm reacting with you.
Well, if you get it up loaded fast enough, then on Saturday we could watch it and react to the reaction of the reaction.
Yeah. We'll get it looking like when Ozzy starts his stream up and there's hundreds of screens. We'll get it looking like that.
Yeah. All right, let's
radio show you're watching, you sit there and let him talk, and they would talk a good game, and because of his position, like you say, and the way he put himself in the industry, nobody could challenge him.
So
right?
to answer your question, Ozzy, I'm 41 this month, so back when I was growing up, there was no internet to go and check this on.
You're 41 this month, Fimar?
Sure I am.
What day?
Not telling you.
Oh, we can't celebrate. How are we going to celebrate if you don't tell us?
I think it's one of the days we're going to be streaming on. I won't tell you which one.
We'll figure it out.
Okay.
So he's a boomer. He's come from a time when he could get away with that stuff. And it kind of leads on to something else later on, one of the other top 10 that I've got later on, where he bullshitted the people who were within his inner circle, shall we say.
Okay.
So moving on quickly.
All right, number 9.
Most video games worked on in a lifetime. His mother is very proud. Another one. Again, I don't know if it was just the H Bomber guy video that flagged this up to me. Quite a lot of the stuff that he said in that video was just things that was collated from what the community has said over the last few years.
Mm-hmm.
But he looked really deeply into these Guinness World Records, and when he did, I thought, "Oh God, this is classic Tommy." When he would hold up the record in front of that guy and he would read it, but it wouldn't be the words that he was reading off it there. It was just words he had in his own head. So he had these 7 records, and I think like 4 of them were all the same thing.
Yeah, I mean, if "Fake It Till You Make It" was a person, it would be Tommy Tallarico.
You know what's funny about that H Bomber guy video and the Guinness World Records? When we sat here and we started going over Tommy's list of games on his website,
Yeah.
And I was going, well, these games shouldn't count because they're on different platforms, right? It's the same game, different platforms. People were saying I was nitpicky. You're being nitpicky, Tony. You're being mean to
Yeah,
Tommy.
but who was saying that?
Our people, our own people, were saying,
Really?
you've gone too far. You know,
Gone too
yeah.
far.
Tommy's a dick, but you're going too far. You're obsessive. You're getting too obsessed. You've dove into this Tommy thing too far. And I was like, I went over a bunch of games. I'm like, well, he's not in the credits of these games. This is not in the credit of this game. They're like, hey, dude, we get it, right? Tommy's a dick. Like, they just move on to something else. H Bomber guy does it. Everybody's fucking sucking his dick.
It's because he's got millions of subscribers.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah, for sure.
And you know what the best part of that H Bomber video is? Part 2's coming up.
Yeah, this is it.
Oh,
yeah,
I
I think
get
a few people had sort of come forward after the video came out with more video games live stories.
Yeah, and he's
and some not nice stories as well. So it could get a bit dark. Part 2.
Yeah, and how would I say? And he said he's giving them a chance to respond. I mean, when you say something like that, like you say, it has to be something darker.
Yeah.
Right? Because if
I think H Bomber guy said he was giving him a chance to respond to the first video.
Yeah, he's probably not gonna. He's probably not gonna respond to it, though, is he?
Right. But Ozzy's framing it like H Bomber guy is giving him a chance to respond to stuff that's going to be in the second video.
Oh, right. Okay. Well, he can't respond to stuff that's in the second video unless the second video is released, unless the guy shows him what he's got beforehand.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like Ozzy's framing it. Like H Bomber guy contacted him, said, "Here's what I'm going to put in the video."
Well, to be honest with you, though, Tony, I would imagine that's what he would do, because there's probably some this first one was funny, but the next one's got allegations in it.
Nah, I imagine he's just going to run it past the lawyer, and the lawyer's going to say it this way, don't say it this way.
Yeah.
And that's going to be the end of it. Because realistically, even if the most that you'll do is like send an email, be like, you've been alleged to have stolen X, Y, and Z, right? What do you have to say? And most likely you're going to be like, well, no comment. I got nothing to say.
If somebody can say something that somebody else said, that's not a problem. But if you say a statement like that, there's something, a little shady that's going to be said, and might get them into hot water. So you do this ahead of time so you don't have any liability, right? You say, look, I'm going to let this person speak. This is what they're saying. Do you want to respond? Right.
And the fact the fact that H Bomber feels like he has to revisit this, and he doesn't usually do that with videos. I've noticed he doesn't really have part 2s to anything, at least that I've seen.
But last time I checked, it was 4.5 million hits. So at this point, you're leaving money on the table if you don't do it again.
Yeah. He's got to go back to the well, hasn't he?
Yeah, why not?
We've had fun. We've had fun for 3 years plus with Tommy. It's time somebody else did as well. Somebody with a bit more reach.
Yeah, now his return, is more than guaranteed. He's not coming back. So number 8.
Number 8, I've got 10x returns. We are on the launch pad, the investor pitch video, which I wasn't there for at the time, but I think it's you. I'm sure it's you that said this. In order to make 10x returns, they would have to have outsold the Xbox, the original Xbox.
Oh, and you know what? I got so much heat for that, so much hate. I was getting messages from just everybody. I don't even know, like fake accounts. Fake accounts.
56K says H Bomber is the Dr. Dre of the investigative YouTube scene. Tony, you just Carl at the moment. No offense, Carl. You my G. I don't know what that means.
He's poking fun at Carl's investigative journalist skills.
Yeah, but he says he says the Dr. Dre, right? So then I was confused how he's like, you're just Carl. Like he was like, he's the Dr. Dre and you're like Eazy-E, or like you're the Kid and Play, right? I
Is-
don't understand. Like, why did he throw Dr. Dre in there? Like,
Has Carl got a rap career that we don't know about?
yeah, that's what I'm saying. He thinks I'm Carl. Yeah, I'm just, I don't know. I'm confused. You guys confuse me sometimes. You got to make it clear. Remember, I'm autistic.
The only one, that's when, that's when Mike Mullis, he showed up, he kind of commented, yada, yada, yada. But then once I criticized the company, he was telling me that I was going to be a bottom dweller and, this and that and the other. And that's when I was like, this dude is like weird. Like, I'm giving you facts. I'm not making shit up. This is the math that he's using, and it doesn't make sense. Right? It doesn't make sense at all.
Yeah.
If you can't do it with the Evercade at $125, how are you going to do it with this thing? It just didn't make sense.
But I think the guys that were back in the investors pitch, and then their names escape me at the moment, but they were a bit scummy in themselves, I'm sure.
Yeah, and the thing is that they didn't know, just from talking to them. I would tell them, you know what, you don't. And this happens a lot on the internet, and I notice this. People talk with certainty about things they don't know anything about.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm telling them, I'm trying to, be cordial and say, look, this is why it doesn't work. No. They were going to tell me, right, that they never invested anything in their life. This was their first investment, and they're telling me why this is going to work. And it was just like, at that point, what do you do? Right? What do you do?
Well, now that we're currently at 0x returns, then I think we've been proven right with that one, was he? So.
Yeah, but except for DJC, he's the only one that actually has made money. The only investor to actually make money has been the man in charge of the North Korea podcast, North Korea Forever.
He stole that from me, you know that.
All right, let's go to number.
That was my idea.
What, the North Korea podcast?
Yeah, I came up with that. So what I did was I did the supercut, not the supercut. I did the recording last night. I've not cut it yet. And I went into his. He was still live streaming the reaction, the watch along. He does a watch along, right? He was still live streaming. I jumped in. I said, so I just went through. I watched it, barely any Amico, and I said something about North Korea Forever, and that Mike Mullis was Kim Jong Mullis, and then he's made a thumbnail. I think he's using the thumbnail for this video. He's got the thumbnail where. I think it's like Kim Jong Un, but it's got Mike Mullis' T-shirt on. It says original Next Level Gaming. Have you seen this? Yeah.
North Korea Forever, band chief, Amico Investor Show, pay your membership. Yeah. But I think he stole that actually. You know that, right?
Stole what? The thumbnail?
The thumbnail.
I don't know that about that, but
because
I'm sure I'm the only one that used North Korea Forever though.
Well, here's the thing. If you go to the Intellivision Amico _Intellivision _Amico subreddit, there's actually the picture that he's using. He just put Mullis's face over the one. So it's pretty much like the same image, but with like one alteration.
Right.
Because you can't see it. It says Amico Investor Show, pay your membership. So you can't see, but in the picture, Kim Jong Un's actually wearing a Next Level Gamer shirt.
That's what I'm saying. Because I called him Kim Jong Mullis.
Yeah, well, like I said, that's actually here. I'll stop sharing this real quick. See, you don't get this at other places. See, this is Amico Forever chat moderation. Questions are not allowed. Now pay membership.
So who put this up?
This was put up by Gen X Gamer. Hey.
4 hours ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, I called him Kim Jong Mullis last night. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, I didn't realize this was Gen X Gamer who put it up.
Yeah. So he made this thumbnail after I came into his live stream last night on the chat and said, I've just watched it. It's North Korea, Kim Jong Mullis. And he's put Kim Jong Un with Mullis's T-shirt. Come on. Because he read it out when I typed it and he chuckled about it. So he stole it.
He stole your joke.
He stole my joke.
He's
I don't
a
know.
regular. What the hell is his name? Mencia. He's a regular Carlos Mencia, stealing jokes.
I've given it to him. So I say something else at the end that makes him chuckle. I forget what it was now, and I said to him, "You can have that one. I'll do that as well." I can't remember what it was I said.
All right.
7.
So my number 7, I've got threatening Ars Technica with litigation for a specs leak. That this week, I'm doing their quotes. You can't see me because I'm not on cam. I'm doing their quotes for the leak because it went up online.
You do that too. I do like quotation fingers where people can't see me.
Yeah, but you emphasise it. You'll go air quotes like that. We'll know. We can hear you saying it.
I'm like, quote. Yeah, but I'm autistic, so.
Yeah.
That's for everybody to see.
I'm going to be leaning on that very heavily from now on, by the way.
You're my best friend, man.
Huh?
56K saying, "Don't worry, friend Barry, we remember who created that joke. We remember. I love that." I'm now went 180 days, 56K in the space of 20 minutes. I now love him.
He's your best friend. He's your number one fan.
Yeah. I don't know why he doesn't take a channel membership.
No idea. He doesn't want to be an e-beggar.
Yeah, man, he's a rebel.
Yeah.
I can't remember his name now. What was it again? Sam Makovich.
Yeah.
They were attacking him, and one of them called him Ratface. And then he went on the Ars Technica, podcast or something, and he was explaining it, and the look on his face, like, couldn't believe the. I don't want to keep using the word cult, but that's what they are, right? So he's saying these people have been chasing after me, calling me names like Ratface, and all I did was went online and looked at these specs that were readily available for anybody to look at. And then Tommy went after him on Twitter, saying he was going to bring the lawyers down on him.
Yes.
And quickly got
that. I think you're confused there, Finbar.
Why? Is that not what happened?
No, Ars Technica was not the Ratface people.
Who was Ratface then?
That was a Digital Foundry.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Ars Technica, Sam Mekovich, he was the one where DJC made that video, like saying that Sam was a loser, and then Mike Mullis made a video, or no, Mike Mullis was on the panel. He was like, that he has no journalistic integrity. He doesn't know what it means to be a journalist. Let me read the Ars Technica ethos and why Sam Mekovich, or whatever his name is, isn't a real journalist. And then he like went on this like tirade.
So who was the guy that they called Ratface from
Digital Foundry, which was I don't remember the guy's name, because there's like 4 of them on the panel. He's like, yeah, we got a thing that they called us Ratface.
I remember watching it. I just didn't know which one it was. I don't really watch.
Yeah, then Ninja Kitty had clipped that out and re-uploaded it onto his channel.
That's because Ninja Kitty's professional. I'm just some random loser. I don't know what I'm doing. I can't even honestly get my head around which chat I'm supposed to be reading live at the moment.
Our chat's kind of slow, so probably theirs.
Must have been quickly told that you can't do anything like that for something you've been allowed to leak onto the internet, and then he deleted them. I think.
Well, here's the thing. I don't know a lot of people know this, and I'm still trying. Spoiler for anybody who's interested in the Amico. I'm gonna give you a little bit of inside baseball here. Okay. The big Amico leak that happened actually happened months earlier, and people just forgot about it.
Okay.
Because it actually leaked twice. You know the mascot, Lodi. Lodi was actually, he was actually posted on Atari Age, and then Tommy asked the moderators to take it down, and the guy who took it down was like, "Oh, sorry, I apologize. I was just searching on Google or something, and I came on it, onto the dev docs or whatever." So Tommy actually knew
it was out there, and they did nothing to fix it.
Yeah, they did nothing to fix it, and then someone else stumbled on it and they were like, "Hey, blah blah blah," and that's how it got to Sam. So it was the second leak that Sam Makovich wrote about. It was leaked once. Nothing was done. Tommy just tried to quietly, like, everyone pretend like you don't know what's going on, and then it got leaked again. I just have to find the post. There's a post on Atari Age, and I got to find it among all the fucking posts that are there, and hopefully it got preserved. Where the comment is basically, it'll be like, "Oh, I deleted my post. Sorry, I didn't realize you didn't want people to see that." And then Tommy thanks them for deleting their post.
Right.
Because
Yes,
I remember seeing it, right?
Yeah.
Because I actually seen it, I saved it, and then I was like, "Oh well, I'm not going to be a dick and put, Tommy really doesn't want this out there," and then I deleted it from my computer.
Right. 56K saying it was Relic Gamer. The rat face one. I think I remember that now.
That's what everybody assumes. We don't. There's no definitive proof.
I remember his name being bandied around because he's quite
Crazy. Yes. All right.
And I mean, and with the war,
Man, we got like a half hour left of this interview.
Jeez,
Jesus,
man, it was a long one. Like,
I might have to pump it up a little.
I told the missus it was going to be 25 minutes, and he was late to start with, and then we went on for like a good hour. Now it's 5 a.m.
Yeah, right. You would think that he was hiring more professional people, but I mean, the accounting on this, if they ever declare, bankruptcy or what have you, or if they have to release their records, those books are going to be amazing to read.
Yeah, there's going to be like the budget that they had for marketing that they shouldn't have even really touched because they had it all done for free. The software that been John Alvarado. That's the one guy that should have been fired.
Yeah, I mean, he can't crack the mustard. I mean, he's made over $500,000, over $500,000 if the salaries are to be believed, right?
Yeah.
He was getting a bonus.
There's no reason why they shouldn't be believed because they were in that SEC document that came out, and they have to be honest in that.
Yeah. Yeah, and in that document they said they were going to pay themselves more first quarter of last year, right?
Yeah.
Additional compensation after being late for 2 years. I mean, that's amazing. That probably the best job he ever had. He's not going to leave it.
Yeah.
All right.
So that's why he's hanging around DGCs at the moment because he wants to justify his job. But I would suggest getting on with the firmware and the software that he's been paid to make.
Yeah, I mean, now the other Alvarado, the one that's not related, shows up.
Is this Kevin?
I don't know if it's a son. I think there's another Alvarado there, right? There's the one that's not related to him is the only one he'll ever mention. Right? He won't mention anybody else. All right, so we're at number 6.
So my number 6. Dropping Smash Jason in the retro roll after they become critical. And this is.
Oh, what's going on with that audio?
That's coming from you. I can see your your sound bubble around your avatar. Yeah, that's better. Yeah, it's Tony's mic, isn't it?
It shouldn't be my mic, which is weird that it is my mic. Say something again, Finbar.
Hello. Is it coming through from me and then through your speakers?
That's what it looks like.
Because when you play the video, I can see it. There's interference coming through then. Sounds like absolute shit. Tommy always saying, yeah.
He else, All right, so we're at number 6.
So my number 6 is dropping
fair.
Smash JT in the retro roll like a bad habit after they become critical. And this is after wooing Smash with a Ferrari ride and convincing him to invest 10k and rate Retro Bro. Wooing Smash with a Ferrari ride and convincing him to invest 10k and rate Retro Bro, touching on the advertising running the Crayola for free for him. So
yeah, and
I remember, like, like I said before, I watched Smash TST for a while when he was doing his VCS stuff, and some of his Amico stuff I quickly jumped off when he went really hardcore pro. But when he started doing his walks in the wilderness, then he started getting really, really annoyed.
56K says at this point Tony should just interview Finbar. Easy fix, Finbar. Stop talking. I don't know why it's echoing. It should. I got headphones on. It's really weird.
It's not coming from me now, is it? When I speak, it still. Yeah, when I speak, it still makes your sound bubble go off.
Which it shouldn't. It shouldn't. Because, like I said, I have headphones on. The TV is got no volume, so there's nothing coming out of the TV, and the tab is muted.
Oh, it's finished. I'll say thanks.
Yeah, I don't know why. Why there's an echo. Damn StreamYards.
Just restart the device. 6K. It takes 45 minutes to put it up. I was late for a live stream because I had to wait on reboot.
I just restart the device. Nah, it's got to be on my end. It's because I'm using these headphones. I bet you that you're so loud coming through my headphones that it's picking it up on the mic.
Okay.
Back to Gen X.
I'm sub to him now, right? I've got no problem with him now because he's jumped ship and he's said quite a lot of interesting things about what's going on. But when he was doing his walks in the wilderness, attacking Pat and Ian and pushing the console, he was so irritating that to the point where I couldn't watch him. I didn't really watch much of John's show. I know he had a show as well, and to all intents and purposes, it was a bit better than DJC's because he would allow critics on to speak as well. Same as what Tony did with him and Cyrus at the time and Saggy came on as well. So everybody got to speak their mind. But yeah, I think just dropping them like that. I remember when Smash jumped off first, and I remember John having a go at Smash, and then 2 weeks later jumping off himself because of the escrow money was getting used to pay wages. So
yes,
and running that Crayola event for free, he's still mad about that. I can see when he speaks about it. He's still mad about it. He shouldn't have done it, but
They said just let Finbar deserve a solo stream. What do you think, Finbar? You want to go solo?
No, that would require me doing some work, and I don't like working. Hey, fuck off, Tony. Just hit the play button and I'll stay silent and listen to myself get interviewed by Gen X. Or can I control it now? Am I in charge? Can I kick Tony from the stream? No. What would happen if I just turned the power off now? Just be nobody.
Well, if you did, what? If you turn the power off, nothing would happen.
No, but I mean, if you've exited the stream and then I turn the power off, I'll surely disappear from the stream as well, and there'll just be nobody here. Wouldn't there? Or would you be kicked back through from backstage?
No, it would just be nobody.
Okay. I didn't know that was possible.
It's weird because I have the headphones on connected to my phone, so now I can hear myself speaking in my headphones because I'm using the mic for the computer. So I think it's something to do with the phone that was picking up that echo.
Yeah. Oh, it's gone now. What have you done? Unplugged?
No. What I hold on. What I did was I kicked myself from the phone. I kicked that out, and I put my regular microphone.
Oh yeah. Your avatar's are purple now.
So I guess the phone is picking up the echo.
Yeah. See, 56K is telling me to reboot all my devices and stuff. Come on, man.
No.
I'm going 180 degrees back again. I don't like you anymore. I'm just kidding.
And like I said, it's funny now because I could hear myself in my ear, and I don't like that.
Give Stream Elements an interview, Adam says. I hate Stream Elements. It's an asshole. Never advertises me.
Oh, yeah, that's right. We got to add you to that.
That's right, yeah. Yeah. How long have I worked for you now? Like 6 months or something? Yeah.
5+1, yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? That's Blinded Braille's department. So
Yeah, of course it is.
he'll get on it. Don't worry.
He's branched out. He's doing his own streams. I told him I want to get on them.
Has he? I haven't seen him do a stream.
He did a live stream. It's a movie one. He did it with Aaron was on it. You know, Aaron from Mad Maxes and some other guy. And I said, I want in, man.
He did a stream behind my back. I didn't even know about it. I didn't get a notification.
He wanted to prove he could go on his own. Prove it to Dad.
What channel did he do it on?
His own. On his own.
Really?
It'll be under his live tabs. Unless he's
7 videos.
unless he's deleted it, I don't know.
Yeah, there's nothing here. It's just the videos.
All right. Let me check.
Unless he's got a second channel I don't know about.
No, it was on his. I'm not sub to any other channel than his main one. It's here. It's under the live tab. Rotten or Fresh, spicy 2023 movie and box office predictions 4 days ago. You're not seeing it?
Oh, I'm not subscribed to his main channel. You're subscribed to his main channel.
Why are you not subscribed to one of your own boys' channels? You are subscribed to mine, right?
Yeah, I hate to sound.
You're a terrible, terrible boss. You know that, Tony.
He's got another channel. I'm subscribed to his channel that has his actual name on it. Not
All right,
Blind
no, I
Braille.
don't know that one. I haven't. Has he got more subs in his old, the one with his own name?
No, he's got like 13 subs.
Right. Because this one he's got 78, so he's trying to make a go of this one, obviously. You've got to subscribe to your own guy's channel, especially Blinded. He's been with you a long time.
Well, like I said, I didn't realize that he had 2 channels.
You just don't care.
Don't say that. What is what's his link the channel in the private chat.
Right. Okay. I'll just link it to you directly because I don't want him wondering why I'm putting it in the main group.
I said put it in the private chat on the StreamYard, so whatever.
Oh,
Put it
here,
in
right? Oh God, I got to come off of here. Oh, God. See, this is
No,
what I'm talking about. This is why I don't.
This
This is why I don't. I'll find it for you now. You see, you hear this? You hear my laptop because I'm opening up 2 tabs.
Yeah, I hear it. Sounds like an airplane taking off. I'm not exposed. We'll listen to some Ozzy while you're.
Yeah, I mean, look,
at
at that point, at that point, they were believing Tommy.
There you go.
And, because there's, everybody has different experiences in business, especially when you've been a small business owner, you think that everybody is in the same plane, right? You're trying to do the same thing. So you try to help people out because you know how hard it is to start a business, this and that and the other, right?
Yeah.
What they didn't know, right? What was just ridiculous to know is that if Tommy was to be believed, okay? If Tommy was to be believed, there was an event planner there, and he said everybody was making 6 figures. So the event planner was making $100,000 for not doing anything.
Nothing.
And then on top of that, they had a marketing guy making $152,000.
Yeah.
Right. So you're spending over $250,000 and the fans are putting these together. Right?
Not to
What I
mention
was saying,
not to mention
Huh?
the marketing budget that he also had set aside. He had a large marketing budget for the manager to use as well.
yeah, but yeah,
God
and
only
they were
knows
all
what that-
using it for salaries, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, and paying themselves back, of course. So I mean, that is just, you know, I mean, if I was a fan, right, and I found this out afterwards, and I had done all this for free, you know, I wouldn't mind if the person I'm helping didn't have the money,
Oh,
right,
Ben popped
to
in.
pay me, if they didn't have the
I didn't see him.
resources.
Hey, Gen X, not to interrupt, but I still want to come on. The holidays got in the way. I'm not good at following Twitter.
Oh, I can't wait for that one.
I think
Can't
that'll
wait
get
for
too
that.
spicy. Gen X will be like, I'm
No,
on
you
his side.
can't.
You're gonna
You
get
can't.
me
You can't
demonetized.
silence it. You've got to let Ben go off on one. You can't silence him.
Yeah.
They'd have been paraded down the street on your fucking ass.
Just to do these things. But, you know, doing it like that, having these people work for free, which is right on brand, right? Just like everything else he does, he gets people to work for free because he's a celebrity. And then he takes 100% of the profit. But in this case, he just didn't pay these people.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's just, geez, it's just really disgusting.
Yeah.
It's disgusting for these people to work for free and being taken advantage of, right? And I know people have, you know, disagreements with how they handle stuff or whatever, and that's a separate point. The point is that, you know, it takes a.
Adam Wilson says it depends if Pong takes his meds or not.
Well, which one is going to give the best reaction? Not taking them?
Yeah, not taking them.
Then don't do that, Ben. Don't take them. I mean, take them
DJ
eventually,
played
but don't
Yumiko
take
for
them for that.
Christmas. You just have to believe.
A special kind of person to do this kind of grift. When people say scam, they were scammed.
Yeah.
Because I've spoken to them. None of them knew that these people were getting this kind of money to do what they did for free.
They were
None
all
of
told,
them knew that.
yeah, they were all told barefaced lies to their faces, and they all
Yes.
most of them know that now.
Yeah.
There's obviously that core group that will hang on forever.
It's hard to be wrong. Yeah, it's hard to be wrong. Okay, number 5.
So I got from my number 5 the live "I Hate Tony TGD" tirade.
There you
He
go.
apparently said this twice, right? Apparently, so he said on it. Is it Vara Dark? Is that the lady's name? Whose podcast Tommy was on, and that's where he said it quite a few times. That's the one I saw the clip for. Tony also said that he said it on Saggy's show, but I never saw that. I don't really remember seeing it on Saggy's. Now, let me preface what I'm going to say here about Tony. First.
Slow this down,
I
Tony.
say, Tony, I love you.
Slow this down.
Uh-oh.
And then just jump back a couple of seconds, just so you can my disclaimer before I say what I'm going to say about you.
Let me preface what
Yeah,
Is
go.
this going to be the end of your job?
That's up to you.
I'm going to say here about Tony first by saying, Tony, I love you, man, right? But Tony is a nobody. I'm a nobody. You're a nobody, Aussie, right? We're all nobodies in the grand scheme of things.
Exactly.
Tommy's the CEO of a company. Tony's a critic, but I don't remember him ever saying anything hateful. Tommy felt it appropriate to go after Tony and say he hated him, make lies up about him. I mean, you know, Tony's got receipts, he showed us, okay? So
yeah,
make lies up about him, saying he did this and he did that. And this is the CEO of a company going after a guy, and at the time he said this, I think Tony had 400 subs. It's really not worth your time. But the fact that he felt like he had to do that goes to show the measure of the man, and I don't know why he felt like he had to come after him and why he felt like he's had to come after everybody. But,
yeah, you know, I've done in the past, I've done assessment for companies. And this is a common trait that you see on CEOs that are not prepared, right?
Yeah.
If you ever want to see a CEO that is not prepared, number one, he's always talking. Number two, he's always doing things that he shouldn't be doing, right? And one of the questions I asked him, I said, you know, I would ask them to make my point. I said, have you changed the toilet paper today in the bathrooms? You're in charge of that too, right? And they say, no, what are you, insane? Right? And I'm like, well, actually, that would be more productive than you being on Twitter fighting trolls.
Yeah.
Right. You could save some labor. Right. There's a reason why you're not changing the toilet paper. It's because you make the most amount of money. Right. And the person that makes the most amount of money gets paid for a specific job, especially if you're a CEO. And it's actually one of the hardest jobs, even though it's the easiest one that people think it is, because basically you're a CEO. This is your job. You hold, where's the wind going? Right. That's where's the market going? It's going that way. Okay. I'm going to move that way before everybody else. So we make the most amount of money.
Being a CEO is easy. That's why I'm going to do it.
Yeah, it's easy when you're a dictator CEO like you are.
Yeah, when I'm a nobody.
Well, it wasn't that bad, was it? I mean, I think I've said that to your face before, haven't I?
Yeah,
maybe a few
I
times.
think I've called us nobodies before. Don't worry about it.
That's what I mean, though. We are, and even Pat, and I get onto this in a minute because I put that one next because I put him coming after you and then him coming after Pat and Ian with that video next. I put them side by side because they lead into each other. But even them, they don't have massive amount of subs for him to really worry about going after them.
No, they really don't. Tommy's just insane.
Literally is your job.
Yeah.
And to do that takes 24/7. If you get it right, that's why people pay you so much money. But when guys are doing this as CEOs, exactly they don't know what the hell they're doing.
Yeah.
They don't, And it was just, you're right. It was funny to see him engage not only positively, but negatively, right?
Yeah.
If I was doing math, I'm doing this chart, and yeah, you're right. At that point, I think I had less than Tony. I had like 250 subscribers, something like that.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And I'm getting barrage, and I knew some of them were tied to him, employees, they're probably telling the employees, hey, shut these guys up or whatever. Right. But you're wasting man hours, right? Why are you at work sending this idiot 250 subscribers messages, right? So that comes from the top.
Well, they weren't employees; they were interns.
Yeah.
Nick Richards
It's
basically
the same
admitted
thing in his mind at that point, though.
Yeah.
And him spending that kind of resources shows that Tony at that point was really onto something. Whatever he did, he touched a nerve.
Well, it was a classic case of somebody living in Tommy's head. And that kind of leads me on to the number 4. Which is the unlisted Pat and Ian response video. Another pair of guys who have lived in his head for the last few years. Now, as small as the channel was as all you guys are, Pat and Ian, I think Pat's got about 250,000 subs. I don't know if they have more now, but even that isn't a huge enough number to be really concerned about what these two guys think. Those two weren't ultra critical of this from the very beginning. I know Ian said you're buying an idea at the beginning of it, but they gave it a chance. They gave it a chance considering what happened with the Chameleon, and they covered that heavily and considering what also happened with the VCS. So the fact that they were willing to give the television the chance at that point was actually quite good of them. Don't get me wrong, I think Pat Country's a bit of a prick, but they were fair with it at the very beginning. And he felt the need to make this. I think it was like a 75-minute response video that went up unlisted, but everybody had for somebody managed to get the link.
How come? Well, Evil says, how come Gen X became so Amico obsessed? I mean, he always made videos about the subject, but now it's like multiple daily videos. Can someone explain it to me?
Because he's waiting on his wood grain. He's stressing out about it.
He's filling in the gap because no one else is making videos. They get good views and he's monetized. He's leaving money on the table if he doesn't.
Yeah, he's got to keep uploading daily, hasn't he?
56K says, you know why? H Bomber video, future Amico docs. They're gonna use this footage. Y'all getting live TV'd. Remember, a lot of things were purged on YouTube.
And everybody started watching it. And it was just Tommy rambling on for 75 minutes. And I don't know whether Pat and Ian ever really responded to it. I know they touched on the show.
No, I think they're going to respond to it on a future video. I think that's what they said. They're
once they've done the victory lap.
Yes, or it might be. I think he said he was going to do it in a couple of weeks or something like that.
Okay.
But here's the thing. Probably here's the difference. Look, here's the difference with Pat and Ian. And this is just what I believe based on the evidence that I've seen. Okay. I think that his plan was always to flip this company, right? He owns 23% of the company. if this company gets bought out by a bigger company, whether it's Apple, a big investment, doesn't matter. He gets 23%.
Yeah, I think that was shown to be true. I think there was some documents that showed that he planned on a sale.
Yes.
Or banked on someone coming in before the console was produced.
Yes. So if he was able to do that, he was on the right track. But you have to have something that works, right? That you can't fake, because whoever buys the company can go back and sue you, right? If you misled them in some way. But when he missed that opportunity, right? When whoever the investor was, right, and he did the numbers, he saw that this guy was full of crap. And the reason I deduce that or infer that is when he was doing the investment pitch video with a 10X, he said, I don't want to give this to venture capitalists because they're going to nickel and dime me and they're all about the money.
Mm-hmm.
And that's something you want. If you want to know if your company's good, go ask for money from a venture capitalist.
I'm going to say this, and let me preface it the way Finbar prefaced it. Ozzy, I love you. You're a great guy, but you're way off base on this. 100%. The reason Tommy said that in his investor pitch is because it was specifically targeted at people that weren't VCs, right? It was a Tika Tawari and a Neil Patel pitch.
That was their names. I couldn't remember their names.
Yeah, they were already aimed at, these small investors. That's why he said that. He was like, hey, look, I could give it to these rich folks, but I'm not. I'm giving it to you, normal people. So you could be rich folks, right? That was the point of what he said. There might have been some truth that VCs were turning him down, but that's not why he said it in that video, in that context. It was to try to trick those people. Like, see, look, I'm blessing you, normal people. To I could give it to those rich guys, but I'm going to let you normals have it.
They'll do an analysis for you like this.
Yeah,
and they'll tell you,
yeah.
Yes, if they want to invest, you have a great idea. Don't even take the money, right? Educate yourself and move forward. See if you can do it without their money. But if they tell you no, grab all that paperwork, grab all the evidence that they showed you, and you can make your company better for free, not financial advice. But when he said that, I knew that.
Also, just so people know, saying not financial advice is not a protection from the FTC or other regulatory bodies. You can't give financial advice and then say not financial advice. It's not a get out of jail free card.
Yeah, but if it makes them feel better,
I'm just saying.
Just say it, yeah.
That somebody looked at his numbers and knew what they were doing was not good, right?
Yeah.
So once he lost that, then I knew, right, that there was something amiss. Because a venture capitalist would never, ever turn down a 10X opportunity. Never. For no reason, right?
Yeah.
If you tell me, guaranteed, right? And these companies try to do leverage. They try to work both sides, right? They don't want to lose money. But yeah, he couldn't get them to buy in. And that's when his whole thing, blew apart.
Yeah.
All right. So then we got.
So my number three is his comment, and this was a soundbite that he used a lot. If you want rape games, get a Switch. So yeah, every
you just blew Ozzy's mind. You said the R word on his video.
He knew what was coming.
But look at that reaction.
Want rape games, get a Switch.
That's it. Oh shit! There goes the baby's formula.
Well, it was actually. You're going to clip this out anyway, right? So it doesn't matter. I was actually censoring it a bit because you saw the list that I was going to give. I put rape games and child porn, and I'd cut that part out because I thought that will get flagged up. I say CP later on just to keep the YouTube censors happy, but I thought I'll just cut that out and just give it the basics.
So yeah, every time we went on an interview with somebody who mentioned this, and I'm yet to find one of these games. I don't know. I know there was talk about what a specific.
No, that I'm
game
looking
had a
for them.
story
You
on
understand?
That was the storyline, but I don't think there are any games like that. He also mentioned something about. I don't know if it was him that mentioned it. Did he say there was CP on some Switch games sold in Japan?
You know what? I can't remember. I just remember him saying the rape part.
I know. I remember him saying if you want to see kids in sexual situations. I remember him saying those exact words, but I'm also yet to see that. I think he's supposed to be very good friends with Shiggy Miyamoto. I don't think Shiggy's going to be friends with him after he hears that.
He probably spent 2 minutes with him. You know, the way he does things, like he met him 10 years for 2 minutes, right? And he'll say, "We've been friends for 10 years."
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
And it sounds like.
Well, according to Gary, that's how you do things. Because when I said I only played Magic for 2 years, right? And then Gary seen when I bought it, the cards. He goes, "Well, you said you only played for 2 years. That was 3 years ago, Tony." I said,
See,
no,
that would have
Gary.
been a whole new argument that you were going to start up. You may as well save that one until this current argument's resolved.
It's not an argument though. If I play for 2 years and stopped,
yeah, I agree with you. People here don't understand it. As public as that argument was between you and Gary, it actually continued privately as well. And I remember saying in the chat, get it back public again. We need it to be like a Don King boxing event where you're pumping each other up. But you were really both just that mad at each other that you didn't care where you were saying it. I don't think you were mad. He was getting mad. He was getting mad. You were. I think you just said you were at work and you were bored, so you were winding him up.
Yeah, I was winding him up a bit.
Winded him up to the point where he's not going to face you on Friday. I have to do it instead. I think Bob would be better to play you. Bob knows what he's doing.
I'll play you both. Don't worry about it.
Winner stays on.
Like Shiggy didn't really like the work he was doing on Metroid.
Oh no! What did he keep, like one sound or something like that?
I think so. Yeah.
All right, we're down to
that. May not have even been his sound. It might have been Joey's.
Yeah, I think it was noise or something. It wasn't even like real sound.
But he worked on it. It was one of his many games that he worked on. So speaking of games he's worked on, he's number 2. The tank battle tanks tank debacle. No, I don't remember. I remember this day. I remember this day vividly. But I don't remember whether it went up first as tank battle or battle tanks. All I know is halfway through the day it was changed. I remember the video going up as one of the 2 names, and then later on it was changed. Like the graphics and everything had changed. I think it was in television battle tanks. Then it changed to tank battle.
Yes. And I think it was like something like 3 times. You know, I mean, it's like college kids were working on this stuff or something. Like, oh, you got that one wrong. Okay, change it. Oh, well, you didn't check this. This one's wrong too.
It was taken down for the title to be changed, and then I think it was taken down for assets to be edited. Because this is the great thing about the internet, Ozzy, this is why I love it. This is why I kind of like the way the Atari Age forum tore apart the Chameleon as well. Is because if you put anything out there in the ether, there is millions of private investigators ready to rip everything you put up there apart and find anything wrong. And it took them about, and I don't know how they do it, it took them about 20 minutes to find out that the tank was stolen from that movie, Fury.
Yes.
Do you remember that? And then they had to take it down and edit it. And it's like, and then there was talk about, oh, these assets, don't worry, we've got receipts, we've licensed these assets. And then it became all the placeholders. And I don't ever think it was admitted that whoever was working on those games just stole the assets because they were amateurs.
Yes.
There's no way. I don't know how production of a game works. I'm not a game dev, right?
Mm-hmm.
But surely, if you're going to showcase something, or give a game that you've been developing to the company that you're making it for to showcase, surely you would tell them, look, don't show that part. That's an asset that we've stolen from somewhere. You wouldn't put it up on the internet for the whole world to see, but they did, and they tried to cover it up. And
and that really was the swan song. If you think about it, that was Tommy Tallarico's swan song.
Yeah, I think that's what
yeah.
forced them out. I think that was the last straw. I think that's what made the board get rid of him in the end.
Yes.
Not only the fact that it happened, but the way he handled it, because he could have covered it.
Yes. You know, and I spoke to, when Gator Ruse was here, I spoke to him because I was laying the blunt of the responsibility on John Alvarado. And he was telling me that the way it works usually is that when these developers give you the game, they're supposed to tell you this is done or how it is. And I'm paraphrasing, right? But he said really it's the developer. So then you have to try to ask yourself, who did they hire? Right? I mean, who are you hiring to make these games? And you know, all the games are like that. You know,
I agree and disagree with Gatoroo's in Gen X. It was the developer initially, right? But like you said, the way they handled it, they could have took the video down and been like, well, guys, the developer screwed up. This is what happened, blah, 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 blah. But they kept trying to hide it. And then Tommy came up with those excuses.
That's what I say at the end of here. If you just apologise, but it's not his style.
No, it's not even an apology. You just be like, this guy fucked up. We didn't
Exactly.
know
Yeah,
they broke up.
you're throwing somebody else under the bus. You're not even saying it was you.
Yeah.
They
And we'd
assured
all be
us.
like, yeah.
But as the CEO, he would be the one saying, "Look, we're sorry. We let our standards slip. We're sorry we let that slip past us."
I would have threw Hans under the bus. Hans hired those Germans. I didn't know. I don't even speak German. They said Dutch and blah blah blah. And I was like, yeah, whatever. It's fucking done.
If I was Tommy, I would have thrown every fucker under the bus. If I was in his
I would have
position.
paraded John Alvarado out there like he looked over it.
It's
This
like that
fucking
you're
handle.
hiring amateurs to do professional work. So I work here in Silicon Valley, right?
Mhm.
And my neighbors work at major game publishers, right?
Yeah.
So I went to them and I asked them, look, and I showed them. And, to this point, when they see me coming, they're like, oh,
Oh God, it's the Amico guy.
this guy again, Jesus Christ, with his crap. Because they know what I'm going to ask, right? And a couple of times when I was telling them what was going on, they were like looking at me like, no, you got something wrong. I'm like, nobody does that. And I was
Nobody
like, no,
believes this. Nobody believes the story.
nobody believes it. Like, and it's big to us, right? But in the grand scheme of things, nobody cares. Nobody gives a crap. Nobody knows about the Amico. That part, they're right. Like the majority of the people don't know about this console, right? And even them that they work on the industry, they didn't know. But yeah, I mean, they're incredulous at some of the things that I was telling them. But what they ended up telling me is that for this type of game, you should not spend more than $150,000 if you're going to get a good guy, right, to work on your game. It's $150,000 ahead.
It was a one-screen game. There was nothing to it. It was minimal code.
So they told me, the way some of these guys work, it'll take them a year $150,000 because they want the whole 150. If you tell them that you're going to pay,
I think again, Gen X is off base.
What about the cost of it?
Well, because he's talking about American developers, right? These games were developed with grants from the Bavarian government, and we don't know what sort of stipulations were put on it, right? The Bavarian government might have been like, you have to pay them X amount of money, minimum.
Yeah.
And so they're just like, well, here's 100,000, make us the game, right? It's not our money anyway. It's grant money, so fuck it.
Max is running from the law.
pay them 150, no matter what time they finish, they'll get it done in 9 months. They'll take their money early. But that's a good budget. And then if you hire 2 guys at a time, right? If there's 2 people in the studio, then you can cut down the time on it, right?
Mm-hmm.
But they said no. There's something really wrong here. If these games took more than 2 years, the game should have been done, right? But the console not being done, okay, chip short.
And again, I think the game should have been done, but that's only if they were paid, right?
Yeah.
If they gave them like $50,000 and they were supposed to give them the other 50 and they never gave them the second 50, then they're not going to finish the game. No developer is going to keep working on a game without money.
What? Who was I don't know if it was the German developers. Who was the ones that were students that were working on the games? Was that in
German
Germany?
developers.
So these were just college kids. That's why there was loads of stolen assets from everywhere.
Probably. But the assets were stolen and they were known a long time, and they legitimately took the Fury off that barrel of the tank. So someone knew, right? At some point, they're like, we knew this was wrong, but they just kept going ahead with it.
Was the Fury not still on the barrel though when they put the first deep dive up that day? And then it was edited out, or am I remembering that wrong?
No, it was shown in a different video because they had shown off Tank before, but not a deep dive. They had like a small.
So you could see the Fury logo on the barrel from another video, but on this deep dive it was off. Right. Tommy wouldn't know anything about that. I honestly think that was the first time he'd ever played it on that deep dive.
Oh, fuck. Hold on. I dropped my phone. Say something, Finbar, because I can't hear.
Can you hear me? Okay.
Yeah. I moved, dropped my phone, and everything got all fucked.
Shit.
See, it doesn't even have the avatar anymore.
Oh, you fucked it.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Because you got to go back onto the phone to carry on the game, don't you? Later on.
Yeah.
All right.
My phone's at 100%, so we're good. All right, let's finish this.
Shortage, whatever. We're talking about 2020, 2021, not now. Back then, they could say maybe, right? But back then, the game's not being done. They said there's no excuse for that. Other than, the guys working from home, nothing has changed, right? People didn't stop working. They were just working from.
The excuse was they didn't pay him. Here's my belief. Tommy went and got like 50 different developers lined up, right?
Yeah.
And he paid them a little chunk. So he can go and say, look, we got 50 games in development, and he could show it off to investors. Look at all these games ready to go. They just need a little bit more money to finish the games up. But they're halfway there.
Well, some were blatantly not even in development at all. I mean, the one the Sesame Street one was already a game. The Evel Knievel one was already a game. None of that needed extra money to be put towards it to develop it. It didn't need to go into development.
Well, you got to pay money to port it. You got to.
Yeah, but I don't think they even got to the point where they started porting them.
No, probably not.
Why would they? Because they would probably think that's the easy part. We'll do that right at the end once we've sorted out the firmware and all that, and the back end for the internet part of it.
Yeah, they probably couldn't figure out how to get it to run. Because I think they're not Android, they're not Unity. They're Flash, aren't they?
The
Sesame Street.
Yeah, the Sesame Street ones, and probably the Evel Knievel one would be Flash as well, wouldn't it? It looks like it.
Yeah, that's probably why they ended up having to spend $100,000 to fix it.
Jesus, they may as well have just built it from the ground up, or stolen that. There's an Evel Knievel game on the SNES. They should have just took that and then Finnegan Foxed it.
Well, that's pretty much what they did. They made Evel Knievel a little bit skinnier and added that multiplayer darts game. Evil says, why did Tommy say he's not going to crowdfund at first if he knew he was doing the Patel eBay? Because that's not crowdfunding. That's
not crowdfunding. That was investing. This was his get out clause.
Yeah.
From home, because you're still working on a computer. The deadlines were still the same, and a lot of people ended up working like that because they didn't have to spend money on gas.
Yeah.
So a lot of the guys here now, they only go to the office one day a week. Right, guys that would go to the office every day, one day a week now. It just changed in that way. So yeah.
When did Ozzy put both headphones on?
I wasn't paying attention.
He just casually did that. I didn't even notice it. Or he moved and that headphone.
Was it not at that point? Was it not at that point when it blew his mind with the word rape?
No,
because he took him off his head at that point.
It just slides itself on. Look at it. It's off and then it's on. Off, on.
Oh, yeah. They're those clever headphones, aren't they?
Now I'm going to be watching this like, how the fuck did this thing slide itself on? What are we at right now? 12:31?
You're going to go back. That's your autism kicking in again, isn't it, Tony?
It is. Because I got to know. Look, okay, it's off.
No, I know there was talk about what a specific game that had a story on it that
it was the
storyline, but I don't.
Yeah, he reached.
I don't think there are any.
There you go. Fucking mystery solved.
They go to the office one day a week. Right, guys that would go to the office every day, one day a week now. It just changed in that way. So yeah, we still don't know, right, who was responsible for that. It was great to look at for sure.
At least now we know when they do stupid stuff like this, we know why, right?
Yeah.
Now, it's not weird anymore. It's like, oh no, he's autistic.
Yeah, we can't take the piss out of you anymore because it's bullying.
You can't bully the disabled.
But ultimately, Tommy carried the can for it. So
Yes. I mean, that's
why
when
not
the
rather
board.
surprised?
Dodgen says we have to learn how to laugh at ourselves.
Damn right, man.
Yeah, I
But it
mean,
could have been. This is the thing, was it could have been all handled with just an apology. All he had to do was apologize. But Tommy doesn't lose.
I
an
don't lose.
An apology is an admission of loss.
Yeah, you have to know when to take your L's. And what did they say? The man that knows everything learns nothing.
Mm.
I mean, and that's I think where he falls in a lot of situations.
Mm.
All right,
So,
let's get
so my
down
number
to
one. Yeah, my
number one.
And it had to be this one. They are literally gaming racists. That when I think of Tommy Tallarico, that's the first words that pop into my mind now. Is those two words. He said this on Review Tech USA's podcast. I've kind of made my feelings known about Review Tech USA after this whole debacle, especially after his interview with Retro Bro.
They're racist, literally gaming racists.
But he let, and quite a lot of people did. I've said this before about people who interviewed Tommy Tallarico. There was only two people that ever pushed back.
I'll give you another name drop.
And it was Tony, and the other guy was Trevor. What's his name? Top Loaded Gaming. He pushed back on it in an interview. Everybody else let Tommy ramble, and when he rambles, you get nuggets like this. So I kind of blame Review Tech for that. But if Review Tech hadn't wanted to jump on the Shell bandwagon so badly, then we wouldn't have gotten this absolute nugget out of Tommy.
Yes.
So yeah, gaming racists.
Yeah, and that's because the chat was going. And remember that at first, when they did that interview, Pat and Ian really laid into him, right? Yeah. Because I mean, he had laid into them, I think, because of the Diablo thing back in the day or something. They had something going on before, but they really laid into him, and he kind of wanted to push back because at this point, because he said it, he was looking for some sort of partnership, right? Some sort of program. And I think that's where Tommy went wrong. And he should have paid everybody off ahead of time, instead of doing all these little shows, for free labor, which is his brand, right? You got free labor from all these small YouTubers in order to promote your console. You should have just paid the money to Metal Jesus, to everybody else. And, they would have done it. And if you look at the other thing with Pat and Ian is they have a blind spot, right? They have a blind spot for John Riggs. They have a blind spot for, the Metal Jesus crew. Right? For John Hancock, because they all go on tour together and those things,
Well, those guys, I think I remember hearing a couple of those guys actually gave their price. They gave a price for what they would take to Shell. And I'm sure John Riggs did, because he did Shell for them. I know he likes to bury that. No, he doesn't like to admit how it happened, but
do you have any idea what the price is? How much it is to buy a YouTuber?
No, but I wish somebody would try and buy me. Because I'd accept it.
I am for sale. I say this all the time.
Everybody's for sale.
Sponsors, I'm for sale. Even Vito said he was for sale. If Tommy could have got Vito, but he didn't want to pay.
But it did, and his face is still on the website.
Oh, so yeah, and the investment side of it, yeah.
So he must have been. And I remember also when he said, I don't know what Rich took for it, right? But I'm sure Rich would have took some money for it as well if it had been offered. But when he said that, that gaming racist comment on his show, Rich never addressed it. It was only when the chat started really, really going after Rich, and he's very reactionary. Hence why he started getting really critical of the Amico. Otherwise, he wouldn't have if his chat hadn't turned on him.
Yes,
I think he envisaged losing some subs because of it, but he tried to turn it around, and that's why he took John on his podcast and tried to embarrass him as well, which is bad form, especially for a guy with so many subs. I mean, he's like at 1 million, so
yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
but the great thing about being at 1 million is that gaming racists thing is right in the spotlight now, because it's such a big YouTube channel.
Yeah, and the other thing is that he still goes back, right? He's still doing damage control for that. So anytime he can go back in time and take a swipe at Tommy and in television, he does it too.
Yeah. Tries to make everybody forget. Yeah, tries to make everybody forget that he was ever on the bandwagon, but he was. We all remember.
Oh man, it's like, it's so good you want to put it on a shirt, but you really can't nowadays. Just walk around gaming racist on your chest. Oh man, I do have to admit though, I do miss him. I do miss him being around, so we can have all these debates. I always say that if they ever want to do a reality show or somebody wants to buy this, like Netflix should buy it.
Yeah,
right? And this is this is my idea. I don't know what yours is, but this is my idea. You know, nowadays they spend $100 million on these, you know, shows or whatever. And all you would have to do is pay in television's debt, right? You pay in television's debt, you know, it's what is it, $9-10 million, right?
Yeah.
And after that, all you have to do is hire a camera guy, right? Fund. You need $30 million to fund the project, right? So now you're at 40 million, and that's it. You know, you fund the project. You give a camera guy one of those live cameras and just follow Tommy around. Just follow him.
How good
every
been,
interview.
Yeah, how great would it have been if somebody had been following him from the very start?
Oh my God!
All documented. This thing would be worth millions.
Oh, it would have been like The Office, but in real life.
Yeah.
In real life, the only caveat I would have is I would have him go back to every single person that he interviewed with, right? Especially the ones that he lied to. Oh, you know, we're gonna do Toe Jam and Earl. Yeah, we're gonna put different levels, and we're gonna. What else are we gonna do? Yeah, you got some ideas? Hey, you can work on this too. You know, and this is not a retro console, but we're gonna do 10-yard fight. We're gonna ET, but we're gonna do ET. I love ET. Hey, Finbar, you want to work on ET? You got some great ideas. You come on down.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm gonna fly you down, and we're gonna work on ET.
I don't know how hard. Man, I hate hearing myself. I don't know how hard up for cash Tommy is, but I'm sure people will pay good money to see him and me do an interview to close this out. It'll be like pay-per-view. So Tommy, I know you're listening. I know you watch us. You follow me religiously. You know, you got my Discord. Hit me up on Discord. We'll set it up. Tommy versus Tony, round 2. Boom.
Would you box him?
No, I would box him, but I'm talking about like an interview.
No, but I mean, would that be better if you boxed him to close it out?
And we could do that in television boxing, fight night.
You'd probably tower over him because you're like 6'6", aren't you?
6'2". I'm not that tall.
That's a good 2 feet higher than he is, though.
Yeah.
Well, you could wrestle him. You could go masked. You could be a luchador.
Put my frog mask on.
Yeah.
I'm gonna buy one. I'm gonna buy a frog mask so I can go to like conventions and stuff.
Yeah, and set the table up like charge for autographs and photos.
Like Saggy did.
Did she? I would have paid for one of them.
They weren't those kind of photos.
Oh.
Contra? Yeah, you want Contra? I'll give you Contra.
Contra? Yeah, we'll do Splatter. Oh man, what a ride, right? I mean, he did.
Come back, Tommy. We miss you.
Yeah. I mean, everybody says he didn't keep any of his promises, but that's not true. There's one promise that he kept. He said it was going to be one hell of a ride. He was not lying.
Well, I often say like the only true thing that ever came out of Tommy's mouth was carbon dioxide. But yeah, you're right. He did say it was.
That's the bit he'll steal.
Oh, that's amazing. Carbon dioxide. That's the first time I've ever heard that.
You can keep
that, man. Oh, Jesus. I need to drink water. I mean, I have an asthma attack, dude. Oh, man. On that note, I think I should call this. That should be the title of this stream right here. Jesus Christ. That's amazing. Oh, man. Anyway, so, you know, let me ask you. I usually ask this at the beginning of the interview, but we're so gung-ho to go on this Miko thing. What was your first console? I mean, what did you start gaming on?
I started.
Do we need this part of the interview?
Yeah. Why? Yeah, of course you do. Fucking, this is about my childhood, man.
The computer I had was an Amstrad CPC 464. I don't know if you know what that is because it was a British company. It was the one with the green screen monitor and disk drive, the floppy disk drive.
We had similar things here, but no, I'm not familiar with that particular one.
It was a horrible gaming machine, but I learned to code on it. It was a family computer, but the first console that I was bought for me was a Nintendo Game Boy handheld. So, and I sunk so many hours into Tetris and Mario Land. I completed maybe about 100 times. I loved that thing.
Oh man, Mario Land was amazing. That was my first game when I bought a Game Boy. Mario Land was it Mario Land 2? No, it was Mario Land.
The first Mario Land was Mario Land was very basic, but it's one of those games. I know a lot of people say like replayability, but you could just keep playing it over and over again. It was that much fun. All Mario games are like that, I think.
Yeah.
And I remember what you're saying about Mario Land 2. I remember that, to steal a phrase from DJC himself. That was jaw dropping when I saw that. I loved that game. Oh.
Yeah. Oh man, the memories, the road we've been through. So let me ask you. So what are you working on? Where can people find you?
So you can mainly, like, to be fair, you don't find me anywhere but the Geek Getaway. You've kind of popped my non-Geek Getaway cherry tonight. Like, you'll find me on there. I'll be on there. I'll be doing the gaming streams sometimes. I'll do. I'm pretty much always on the Saturday show. As for my own channel, I don't really do much with it, but I am thinking about putting some stuff up there. There'll probably be a few more things going up there soon. Things I'm thinking about doing, but I don't want to. I want to under promise and over deliver. So I won't say anything about what I'm planning on doing, just in case I can't be bothered doing it.
Now, I want to ask you one question
Yeah,
about the fox.
Yeah.
You're feeding a. Does the fox just come around? I mean, where does that fox come from?
So I'm in the British Army, so we work at a certain place. I won't tell you where.
Yeah.
This place we work, I think there's a foxhole somewhere where this is. I thought this was a mother, but I think this is a. It's always the same fox in every video as well. But I think this is a cub that's maybe just got separated from the rest of its family. Comes around to us because it knows we've got pizza and stuff. So it comes to us to get fed, and yeah, I've got it doing. I don't know if you've seen some of the shots I've done. I've got it standing on its back legs, and it's great fun.
Yeah, I've seen a couple where you're feeding them cookies. Those are the two that I saw.
I don't know whether that's going to kill it or not. I don't think that's good. I don't think it's good. But they eat anything. Foxes will eat anything. We left the chicken carcass outside one night, and it just devoured the whole thing.
Oh yeah,
it's great. It passes the time. Something to do. There'll be plenty more fox videos. Look out for more wildlife going up there.
Oh, there you go.
I put it up there. Actually, originally put it up there, Ozzy, because Haunted Wisp was talking about feeding wildlife where he lived. But I'll shout him out and show him what I'm doing. And then I got so much great footage that I just thought, I've got to put this somewhere. I may as well put it on my YouTube channel. Now that people are actually watching me, I may as well.
You know what? You'll probably get more views on feeding a fox than I do on any video that I put on any day. People love animals, especially foxes.
I have, I think one of the videos has got 15,000 views. I could be wrong. I told you. I'm not sure. I think so. I'd have to double check that.
Yeah.
17,000.
All right, man. Thank you for accepting the invitation.
Finbar's doing big thing.
I checked it after I said that because I wasn't sure. I checked it after I said that, and I went back and looked at 17K. You told me that, so you said people like animals, so you should clip it, and I did.
It's true. People love it.
It was the main video that got 17K. Not making any money from it.
Taking the time to come here.
Pleasure.
And it was great having you on. Thank you for sharing your time with us.
No problem. Thanks for having me, Ozzy. And
all right.
Congratulations also on the forthcoming bundle of joy, and good luck with that.
All right. Thank you so much. You have a great morning, I guess, for you. But
I'm going to bed. I'm going to bed shortly. So.
All right.
You have a good evening.
All right. You too. Take care.
Yes. Bye-bye.
You never made it to the bed.
No, I'm going to have to get up in an hour to take Rosie to school anyway, so.
Ooh.
I may as well just power on through.
I actually got to get up in 5 hours to get Sidekick Max up. But I can power through because I got no work, so I can just go back to sleep.
But Max can at least get himself ready for school because he's almost an adult now.
You would think so. But no, not so much.
Best interview of 2023. How far are we into 23? 12 days. That's high praise. That's high praise. 56K. Thanks, man.
What's going on?
Right. Do you want me to get out of here so you can get back to that game? Have you got long to go?
I think we got one boss fight and that's it.
Okay. I'll jump out. I'll let you get back to get it finished. I'm going to go to bed. She's going to kill me.
Have a good sleep.
So I'm going to clip this part out, and then I'm going to upload it to my channel, and then we'll react to the reaction of the reaction. And then Evo said he's going to react to that reaction when he's playing a game on his stream. Then I'll clip his stream and react to that one where he reacts to us, reacting to us, reacting to us, reacting to us. Sound like a plan?
That it does.
Right. Catch you later, guys. I'll see you later, Tony.
Bye.